And welcome everybody to episode 3 of the next page here on the SideNote channel. As always, we're recording for YouTube, so welcome out to YouTube as well. Any questions or comments brought up in chat, we answer will obviously be brought forward to that as well. As always, we are open forum, so if you wish to join, please bounce on into the Discord and jump into the general or the waiting room, and we'll pull you in to the main channel and chat with us here. As always, I'm saying Lord, joined again with Speed Demon. This one today, this is tough. This is brutal. It's a bit of a daunting subject. This one.
A lot's happened over the last 2 weeks. A lot's come to light, but I think this is definitely one of the bigger ones that we needed to tackle.
I don't think we're going to be tackling it today. I think it's going to be an ongoing tackle situation. I think this is going to be an evolution. I think it's going to evolve. The more we kind of get through it, but so we're going to touch on a few subjects today. So obviously, we're going to touch on the current landscape with Twitch, and how we feel that's shaping up and taking directions. Want to also touch on a couple of things that we've seen through social media as well this week in the last couple of weeks. And I guess just in general, a streamer connection, the streaming landscape and where we see it with a few things that are coming out. So, first thing on Twitch, what's going on?
Where do you start
somebody
with it?
get banned for... we're seeing somebody get banned permanently for a hate raid, if you will, because they went into a stream and they hate raided. We're seeing somebody get a 7-day ban for having sex on stream, which again is ridiculous. And now we're looking at Ninja and both Twitch, both Ninja and Pokemon sidestepping Twitch, because they're just not feeling it over there at the moment. So, and then let's not forget the whole VTuber thing that's now reared its ugly head in the last few days. And Speed, I don't know about you. We've seen this before. We've seen this kind of action before.
It's always been there. It's never not been there. You look at the whole Amaranth saga. That was there prior to the whole hot tub meta. It's always been.
Oh, exactly.
It's just more prominent now than what it used to be.
I guess in some ways, by Twitch not stamping it out early enough, it's now allowed the manipulation of that system to come into play. And I sent a picture from Santa Lady's screenshot last night. There's streamers now, I don't know if you've got that on hand at all, but there's streamers now that are male streamers that are going to the degree of doing hot tub streams themselves, because that's what they feel they have to do. If this was stamped out early on, if Twitch said, no, this is not what we're about,
I said something about this yesterday, where it's like Twitch looked at the situation and was like, oh man, everyone's sort of up in arms about this. What do we do? Oh, but we really like boobs. Let's make a whole new category. Like that was their fix. Like there was really no how should we tackle this so we can best look after our viewers and the platform. It was, let's just make room for everyone somehow.
I guess the main concern, and we saw this through Gideon on Twitter throughout the week, that even when he wasn't signed in, his front page was nothing but boobs, pretty much. Yeah. That's all it was. It was hot tubs, it was bikinis, it was, even down to
it was
girls
was it
yoga in bikinis, for God's sakes. Like, come on now. Like,
there was you're talking about the clip, right? That was all right. So he he'd made a clip on some social platform, where he went onto the Twitch homepage by not logging
Yeah,
in, and
yeah.
like didn't have an account logged in or anything. Went to the Twitch homepage, and on the Twitch homepage was a chick doing body painting, but it was like the early, like she just started, so there were pasties on her nipples, and that was it. Like you could
Everything. It
see
was all
everything.
just
It was
everything
their
was there. Yeah.
homepage for everyone to see,
Now,
and
don't get me wrong. Like that content's got a place in the world. Like I
yeah,
do understand that has a place, but does it really belong on the front page? Especially when you're so big. Like, I mean, we were talking about this last night in your stream, and I mean, when you
mm,
tell someone you're a live streamer, they instantly ask, "What's your Twitch tag? You know, what's your Twitch name?"
yeah.
But people know, kids know, this is what they're doing. They're going to that front page. This is what they're seeing. Um, and it just mind boggles me that Twitch, with all its business model, has got this thing in its sights that says, "Hey, that's all right. Hey, let them have it. You know, have at it. You know,
But
take the
like
front page. We don't care." Like
the
it's
the biggest problem here is, why is age restricted content appearing on the front page?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the biggest
So
problem. Like, oh, the hot tub section is basically, that's all age restricted, because that's more directed towards, adult viewership. It's not intended for teenagers and whatnot.
can you
So,
send that through to
you know
breastfeed myself, please?
what if my 12-year-old son decided
Yeah.
to go onto Twitch and that was the first thing he saw?
Well,
You
I mean,
know.
okay. So my question to you would be: let's take the streamer hat off for a minute. We don't know what streaming is, right? You walk into your son and he opens up Twitch and that's all that's on his front page and you see 8 of that. What is going to go through your mind as a fucking parent, for starters?
Oh, I'd think he was on Pornhub or something. Like, it's like, you know, I I would be awfully concerned about how he found it, for starters. But
And now when you realize what Twitch is and you realize that this is a streaming platform and then you realize this is what they're allowing, what what is it that you're going to be like directing to?
yeah,
I mean,
what?
this gives off the wrong impression for a live streaming service. I'm sorry, but it does. If this is the first appearance that like a parent has with their child of going to Twitch, and this is what they're seeing, like, no wonder streaming in general has got such a bad connection with people.
Like, what? Why is this adult
We'll
content?
get there.
It's adult
We'll
content.
get there.
Like, you
Yeah.
cannot deny that it's not adult content. Why is
Well,
this
can you check that
adult
image?
content? Why is it? Oh, for fuck's sakes! Why is it like in the mix? Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Like, it's adult content. It should be either separated in its own age restricted section,
yeah.
away from the general prying eyes, or it should just not be on the platform.
Well, I mean, like you were saying last night, and you were talking about it in your stream, and it's good that we sort of get the opportunity today to talk about it. But Amaranth herself has openly said she is making adult content.
Yeah.
Like, she has openly said it. Now, whether that's whether it's up to her prerogative to do that, I mean, that's her choice. But for Twitch to basically sit there and say, we have an adult content creator and we're going to put them on the front page.
Yeah.
I think that says more about the platform than it does the streamer. I hold no prejudice against the streamer at that point. At the point that it comes down to, Twitch have to put their hand up and say, we fucked up. But this also poses the question: is what point does Amazon step in and say, no, we have to end this shit now, because Twitch clearly can't handle it. They haven't been able to handle it. The floodgates have just opened. It's pouring out daily. Like, I don't know if you can bring that image up that I just sent you. One of those streams is from Chatterbait. The other 3 are from Twitch.
I will edit it.
Like, are you fucking serious? Like, there's an image that we'll put in the video. So for YouTube, I mean, I might be able to put it into the chat. I don't know.
Yeah, like looking at that, you wouldn't think that was from Twitch. You would honestly think that is from Chatterbait. You would 100% believe those are Chatterbait streams. Like
actually,
that.
I'll drop it in the general in our Discord. If anyone wants to see it, jump in the Discord and have a look. There's an image that's dropped in the general there that is basically 1 from Chatterbait and 3 from Twitch. And legitimately, you can't tell the difference at this point. Hold on. I'll give you that link. Whoops.
And that's the problem.
There you go.
You know, when you've got content that you can't separate from an adult streaming site and a live streaming platform,
or a
game streaming platform. Yeah, when you can't differentiate the two, what is Twitch?
Well, I mean, that's the question. I mean, that got asked of Mixer too. Like, everyone started sort of seeing the harassment and things like that, and they started saying, okay, so what is Mixer? And what happened? What happened to fucking Mixer? Microsoft stepped in and said, no, we're slamming the door shut. It's not happening. You know, it's a reputation. Is this a reputation that Amazon really wants or need?
I don't think they care. I honestly don't think that Twitch gives a damn. Twitch only cares whether or not you're making the money.
Discord link didn't work? Okay, I'll drop it.
Interesting, yeah. So it doesn't matter what content you provide on Twitch. If you're getting the views and you're bringing in the money, Twitch is on board with that. They don't care. Hence why, you know, you flash your tits on stream, you get a 3-day suspension. You know,
that streamer who got banned for 7 days is now unbanned
for having sex on stream. Like, sex. Come on.
She got absolutely drilled on stream.
Clear heavy violation of TOS. A 7-day ban. Yet, just recently, like earlier this week, a chick got permabanned on Twitch for dancing.
And it wasn't even anything like aimed at the camera. It wasn't like she was twerking.
Yeah, she just happened
legitimately aimed down the camera. It was just a dancing.
Happened to turn around and show her butt to camera while she was dancing, and that's what she got banned for.
And she got perma-banned. Yet someone who had,
if I can find. Yeah, here it is.
I'm beside myself wondering what the fuck is going on with Twitch right now, because I don't think...
Yeah, so...
I don't think they can sit back and let this happen for much longer.
So she was banned for sexually suggestive content, making explicit gestures towards breasts, buttocks, or genitals on stream. She got perma-banned. And
so I guess having your genitals rammed on stream isn't as bad as just, you know, showing it off. Like,
but to make it worse,
what's the difference?
To make it worse, she is a black girl, which
so now
you know that now it just delves into a whole other area. You know, is it a racial thing? Is it, you know, that was actually over sexualized?
Well, clearly they're not on the do not ban list. And we know Twitch has got a do not ban list.
Well, no, they got perma-banned, so they're not on that list, whatever that list is.
That's right. So they're clearly not making enough money for Twitch, so fuck them, don't need them, you know.
That's it.
Point.
You know, yeah. I mean, what? It was only the other day where there were a group of streamers, like, sort of face camming each other. And one of the chicks in that face cam just dropped her top, tits out everywhere. Right. 3-day ban for that.
3 days.
And 3 days. And like you could see everyone in those in those feeds, like no one gave a shit. No one was like, you can't do that, don't do that. It was just, everyone was just having a good old fucking laugh because they know they can get away with it.
Well, it's not so much they can get away with it. It's just, I mean, what's a 3-day ban? For the publicity you're going to gain from Twitter and social media, what is a 3-day ban? What is it?
It's a slap on the wrist.
I can guarantee you now that one who had sex on stream, who's now back on stream after 7 days, is going to blow up.
Yeah.
You're going to look at 100 subs the first day back. You're going to look at all this kind of shit because it's publicity.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than Twitch shutting it down and saying this content is not allowed on our platform and we will not stand for it, they've just given these people so much more publicity by allowing them to do it.
Because it brings people in. Because people are going to be interested now. They're going to be like, oh, well, if that's happening, you know, I wonder who else is doing it.
Exactly. You know? So what does it breed for the actual streamer? What does it breed for a legitimate streamer? Like, let's say, you know, a Blind Taco Bear, for example. What does it breed for a streamer going into Twitch now, trying to start their streaming career? What does it breed for that? There's no support. There's no discoverability.
There's nothing.
No anything that's going to be there. The only thing that they can use are these stupid, like, small streamer supports on Twitter, which is a follow for follow fucking thing, which is useless anyway. Like, what is, like, there's nothing there for.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're starting out on Twitch and you're not willing to use the loopholes or break the system, you're screwed. You have not a hope in hell of getting anywhere. You could have the biggest dreams of being a great content creator and, you know, engaging with your community on a daily basis. That's great. It's not going to get you anywhere. Like, you can't compete with tits. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter who you are.
How many times have you opened your Twitch recently? Given the fact that, you know, we've got members of the community over there, and like, you open up and you've got 25 on game, 25 on game, 9,000 on just chatting, 25 on game, 10 on game.
Yeah.
You know, like, how...
I like it because it shows up in my recommended feed. You know, I do get those recommended channels. And yeah, you see the gaming streams, they might be lucky to have a few hundred. They might even get into the thousands. But then you see that just chatting stream of a chick in a bikini sitting on an inflatable toy in a kiddie pool, and they've got like 7,000 people watching.
Yeah, 9,000, 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And it climbs. If you go in there, you sit there and you watch for 5 minutes, you just see it come in, and the numbers just skyrocket.
Yeah. And,
you know, it's stupid.
This falls into another thing. It was something that I found. I hope I get this number right, because I don't think I put it anywhere. So out of all the people who stream on Twitch, only 0.003%, I believe it was, of those streamers actually earn enough to make a living. And I'm pretty sure I could point out which one of those fall into it.
That leads to what I dropped in planning this morning, right? Now this comes back to the whole, like, I guess the meta, so to speak, that we're talking about, and trying to kick in the butts, so to speak, and get rid of this shit. Because I saw a tweet this morning, and it said Facebook groups for Twitch streaming are wild. This morning, in one of them, someone quit their job today to pursue Twitch streaming full time with 8 followers.
Look,
I mean, this delusion that you can end your job and go and stream for a career and make a ton of money. It's mind-boggling that people seriously think that they're going to make a career. Like that person with 8 follows who's now left their job to go and stream.
Yeah, I mean, look,
they're going to hit burnout in the next 12 months, and they're going to fucking collapse. I'm sorry, but they're not going to be anything unless, 1, it's a female streamer, 2, they get into the hot tub meta, and 3, they don't mind being banned and using the publicity. Because that's the only way
Yeah.
they're going to succeed in that.
Well, it's either that or you get extremely lucky. You know, you have
You're not going to get lucky.
you have a ninja type moment where you're streaming the right thing at the right time. You know, that's really the only way. But
Look, I mean, the reality is, streaming's got to be taken as a hobby at this point.
But unless
it's got to be treated as a hobby.
You have to treat it as a hobby. Like you can't put all your eggs into that basket and just be like, oh, I'm just going to become a full-time streamer. Fuck, I would love to become a full-time streamer, but the reality is I've got rent and bills to pay, and I've got a living to maintain.
It took Ninja 15 years.
Yeah.
It took him 15 years, and these kids are leaving with 8 followers, thinking they're going to make it because they've got 8 followers. Oh, mate, I'm 3 days. I got 8 followers. I'm there. You know, I'm the next fucking thing. Like,
if
how many people are in that line before them? You know.
Yeah, like if I won the lottery, oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, but I've got enough money to actually live.
But I mean, that's a different point, isn't it? I mean, you're not quitting your job to go and do something that you have less than half a brain cell in to go and make a career. Like, look,
but you're quitting your job.
I hope they've got the backing to do it. But
yeah, but you're quitting your job to join the 0.003% of people on Twitch who are making a living. That is not including sponsors. Like that is purely money from Twitch.
From Twitch, yeah.
Yeah. So like you do see a lot of streamers that have sponsors. Like, yeah, that's to fill in the gap, really.
That takes up the void of what's
without those sponsors, they wouldn't be streaming full time. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah. Anyway, so
but,
you know, it's bouncing off that, so to speak. I mean, we've seen this happen before. Maybe not quite this severe, but we've seen this twisting situation unfold before.
Yeah.
How much longer do you really feel that Amazon can sit and let this ride before they step in as the overpowering body and just say enough's enough?
Well, it's hard to put a time on it. I mean, they've tolerated quite a lot so far. But what I find more interesting is that we're starting to see a mixer type scenario unfold again. You know, you're seeing problems within the platform itself. You're seeing, problems higher up. You're seeing a slew of new features that no one asked for.
Yeah.
It's like they're pumping out all this stuff to make everyone happy, to distract them from what's actually going on.
I'm more concerned, like you shared this with me the other day, that the new Twitch dashboard looks very similar to the YouTube dashboard.
Yeah, they've updated the insights section where you see all your your data and whatnot. If I can find it. Yeah, but it basically just adds a few things that I can't see it. It just adds a few things that just it looks very similar to what you see on your YouTube dashboard, like analytics side. It's very similar to that. So that that raises an interesting question. Are they trying to lean more towards operating like YouTube? Or are they getting people used to the idea, getting used to the idea of looking at that sort of stuff as a transition for when they pull the rug out from under everyone?
We see that then points to the other point we were talking about with Ninja and Pokimane. Ninja ended his stream abruptly, said, don't know where or when I'll be back. So, I mean, that poses the question. What's been said, and why does he not have a partnership? I mean, this is Ninja, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And now Pokimane saying, Twitch just isn't creatively sustainable right now. Okay, so what's going on that they're not saying? Or obviously they're under NDAs. We all know that they're going to be held to a fucking liability. But what's going to happen that they are not saying?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, there was a big vacating point from Mixer 2 before it was announced. You started seeing people going, "Oh, I'm going to Twitch. I'm doing this." So we've seen a general display of, Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tapman. We've seen these guys slowly, one by one, just evolving and out. Now you're seeing two of the top people on Twitch. You're talking Ninja and Pokemon. You're starting to see these two, come sort of together and vacate at the same time. Something's going down that's not going to be pleasant.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, the sheer fact that Twitch is also, reliant on the ad revenue to make the platform profitable. I mean, that shows you fucked up somewhere along the line. You're relying on ads to make your business profitable. I'm just wondering if Amazon's kind of already put their hand in and said, look, it's not working. Something's got to go.
I mean, this could be the last ditch effort. All the features they're pushing out, all the stuff that they're doing. I mean, that could be, a result of Amazon stepping in and being like, you need to fix this. You need to fix it now.
Yeah, you've got 6 months, or we're going to fucking take over and shut it down. Yeah.
But I mean, even if that's the case, they're going about it all wrong, because new features aren't going to fix anything. You need to fix the problems, and they're completely avoiding the problems because they know that's where the money is. If they start cutting all that stuff out, they've got nothing.
Like, I don't want to call it on the show today, but I am very, very concerned for the Twitch community, because we sat through this with Mixer and we got laughed at. And honestly,
by people out on Twitch. Yeah, there was so many people, especially Twitch users, that were like, sucked in, you backed a platform that crashed. It's like, you really shouldn't be one to throw words like that.
House,
yeah.
Yes and no, Taco. They're allowed to use short form media, so they can upload clips and stuff to it. But I mean that whole statement, that's a backhanded slap in the face. It says, "Hey, we know you want to restream, but we're not going to let you do it."
But that also sort of ties into everything, though, doesn't it? It's giving people more options to spread their media. But that only applies to most partners. Most partners can, not all of them, most of them can multi-stream to smaller platforms like TikTok and Twitch. But you still couldn't stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. You would have to do that separately.
Yeah, that's the same as they couldn't do it from Twitch and Glimish in fairness, because Glimish is a long-term media. It's a longer time media rather than just a 30-second clip on TikTok. Yeah. So it's kind of a backhanded slap in the face, like, hey, guess what? Use your socials like you have been, but you still can't restream. They want to put it in a Twitch way to make it look like they're helping their partners, and it's not. It's bullshit.
But the biggest point is that it's only directed to partners. If you're an affiliate, suck shit. You are stuck in the mud. You have to abide by all the rules. Sorry.
I mean, it poses a big threat across the industry. Is if Twitch, bless its soul, goes under, what does that do for the industry? What does that do for the landscape? Because what does that leave you with? Leaves you with YouTube?
I mean,
Glimish, Trovo, which we'll touch on that in just a minute, and some of these smaller and upcoming sites. I mean, we already saw Altair not manage, not cope. Brime isn't even active at the moment. You can't even sign up to Brime.
And you got the new one, Lightspeed or whatever
which
it is.
Again, that's not even active right now. You've got to pay to get anything on that.
You've got to pay to stream
Again,
on it.
what is it? Luna, I don't think is active at this point.
But right,
be,
so
I'm not sure.
Put yourself
in all
in
these small places that they don't want to go to.
But yeah, no, but put yourself in the shoes of a Twitch streamer, right? You've been there for years. You know, say you're an affiliate or whatever. You know, you're really deep into it, and then a mixer happens, and Twitch is like, you've got 30 days. See you later. Where are they going to go? What's the first thing they're going to think about when they go? They're not going to be like, oh shit. All right, well, I'll go check out these smaller platforms. They're going to be like, well, I'll just go to YouTube.
Nah, my
I'll go Facebook gaming. Like they'll go to the bigger names because they have that mentality.
No, they won't look to Facebook because they know there's nothing really there for Facebook, and that's well known within the industry. Your places they look to will be something like Trovo.
I mean, Trovo, yeah, sorry, yeah, Trovo.
They'll say it's easy money.
Yeah.
They'll say, oh, that's easy money. They won't realise that it's not. You don't stream when you feel like it to make... No, you stream when you're told to fucking stream. Otherwise, you don't make it.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's say 40% take off to YouTube. Let's say 20, 30% go to Trovo, 10%, 15% go to Facebook. That leaves you with a cluster of people that have nothing, that don't know anything else because that's all they've known.
Yeah, because they believe that Twitch is it.
So they think after Twitch, they just say, that's it. I can't do it. Yeah. You know, there's no point in doing it.
But a lot of people did that when Mixer shut down. You know, I went around the last day. I was, checking people out, and there were people just absolutely shattered because they were like, I've got nowhere else to go. Like, this is it. This is it for me.
The ones I think is going to hurt the most is those who left Mixer and went to Twitch thinking, it's a stable thing. It's going to be, it's here. It's always going to be. They're the ones I think are going to hurt the most.
Yeah. Look, I went to Twitch after Mixer shut down, but it was...
Well, I went to Trovo first.
Yeah, but I had streamed on Twitch prior to Mixer, so it was just sort of an easy transition for me to just keep streaming. That was really it.
Facebook. Like, I was offered to go and join the Facebook stuff, and I said, nah. Straight away, I'll turn it down because the security risk over there was way too high. I didn't like it. I didn't see it as an advantage to anyone streaming. And I did the whole, like, everyone said, oh, come and check this new place out, Trovo. And I was like, oh, yeah, all right. I'll give it a go because, it's small, build with a platform, a.k.a. Glimish. And then, well, we all know it's turned into a fucking little brother of Twitch anyway. It's all like, like I was saying to you last night, a mate of mine from Mixer days went there and, like he had people come into his channel, like, where are your boxes? Like, where are your treasure chests? I'm not running them. I'll see ya. So again, you've got this artificially built platform that's basically manufacturing numbers to make it look good to an overpowering ownership that really doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Glimish absorb that, that 25% left over of those people that just don't have anything that they think they don't have anywhere.
Yeah.
I'd love for Glimish to absorb that in and pull that in and say, look, hey, we can offer you day one payouts. We can offer you subs. We can offer you this. We can offer you, all that kind of stuff. But the problem is, and this is going to lead into another subject, which we're going to touch anyway, is when you see these, I want to use bad words. I really do. I want to use bad words, but I'm going to refrain from it for today. Yeah. When you see these social media posts that, don't go to Glimish because there's this click and there's that and there's this and there's everything else. I want to extract a piece from a very well experienced streamer and put it here because I think it fits this general consensus a lot. And it says, the best advice I can give to any content creator is your vibe attracts your tribe. Now, Speed, you and I have been saying this for ever.
Yeah.
don't try to be everything to everyone, but make the content you genuinely enjoy. Put yourself in the viewer's shoes and ask what value your content is bringing. Entertainment value is equally valid. Now, you and I both know there's some good quality streamers on Twitch, and they're lost in the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, if they
are.
Use that mantra and just said, hey, I can take my vibe anywhere and I will bring in people. Like, that's the theory. You've got to understand from the likes of you, myself, Lady, Clone, anybody, Paco, all those guys. It doesn't matter. It can be a ninja. Your vibe will bring your tribe. And I think too many streamers seem to forget that when they get caught up in the Twitch loopholes and just drowning pit. They seem to forget that, they are still a creator. They are still a person. They still have a character and a charisma about them that people will flock to, given the right chance to just let that flourish and be their prime thing.
Yeah. But I think it's that mindset of, I have to stream this content. Whatever that content is, I have to stream that if I want to become popular. Like that mindset is literally killing you. Like you need to drop that. Like you cannot think like that. It's not about what content you have on your stream. It's about how you're presenting that content. Yeah. Like you could be playing the most boring, dead shit. Yeah, you could be playing the most boring shit known to man, right? Or you could be just doing something just no one fucking likes. But if you're feeling it, then that projects across, and people actually enjoy watching your stream for you, not for your content.
And I think that comes back to that whole point. Like I said, if there's something on the platform, if there is like a click, or you feel there's something in the platform, don't let that stop you from doing your content, because people will see that content and they will move to that. Like, too many people come in, especially on Glimish, and you and I both seen it, Speed. We've been around this long enough. We've been in this game long enough.
Yeah.
They come in for like 2-3 weeks and go, yeah, it's not right for me. There's this, there's that, there's this person, there's that click, and this person. Like, fuck off. Stop blaming the damn platform because you're too lazy to commit to it. Like, if it's not right for you, yeah, okay, it's not right for you. But how is it not right? What, you don't like getting day one payouts? You don't like FTL? You don't like what? What is it you don't like? Like, be realistic. Stop playing the pointing fingers game and blaming everything else.
There's always an excuse, but there's also the lack of commitment, as you just said. Like, people are.
Is there a perfect streaming solution?
No, there never is.
YouTube's
it doesn't matter where you go.
Facebook isn't. Glimish isn't. Trovo isn't. Twitch is. You've got to find the one that fits your model better. Like, your contemporary art, no matter what it is that you're doing, is still a contemporary form of art. You've got to find out which one fits that mold better. Like, we've seen it, and it's just, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. I do think that commitment is a huge issue. Like, people are afraid to commit to something new. Like, that's why a lot of people won't leave Twitch. That's why people won't leave Trovo, because they're too, stuck in the zone of this is what I've been doing for a long time. I'm used to this. I mean, that other platform is pretty good. It offers some pretty good stuff, but and then the excuses roll in, and they don't want to commit to it.
The funny thing you say there about people not wanting to leave and go somewhere, like, look at Trovo, right? People swore by Trovo. Oh, I love Trovo, love Trovo, love Trovo. As soon as they lifted that bar for 500, everyone was like, oh, fuck Trovo. And then it became a smaller thing. More people could push up, right? Watch what happens now, because Trovo have made premium currency a requirement for the 500 program. Watch what happens now when you've got streamers who are making 10 or 15, 20, 25,000 elixir, which is their premium currency, every month, now have to match that every month, plus their viewing hours, to even be considered for the 500 program. I'm telling you now, Trovo is going to burn a nasty fire under their own ass And it's going to be a point where it shits itself because they're going to raise the bar to an unprecedented level that isn't even characterized. You're not doing it for yourself at this point. You're working for Trovo.
Yeah, like the biggest problem with that latest announcement of the updates to the Trovo 500 is that even in that announcement, they were referring to the Trovo 500 as a partnership. Like they're now falling into their own trap of calling it a partnership. It's not a partnership. A month-to-month contract is not a partnership.
Go and read the rules. It says in there it's a competition. You are competing with other streamers to make that program.
But now, because everyone's thrown around the word partnership so much, now Trovo's on board with it. And it's misinformation.
It's not a partnership program. It never will be a partnership program. And it's so disgusting to see that they're putting watch hours and premium currency into you becoming a partner.
Yeah.
Like, you're not doing, and streaming has to be about you. It has to be about what you feel, what you're vibing. And I know we got people in chat that have reached out to me and said, I'm just not feeling the vibe right now. And I was like, take your time. Get yourself in a position where you feel the fucking vibe. Because once you start feeling that energy, that vibe, that's when the content's just going to flow and you'll be off on your own charge.
Yeah.
Trovo don't allow creators to be creators. I'm sorry, they don't. They don't harness a creator and say, hey, this person is a good creator. They say, hey, you want to be on our team? Go and meet these requirements. Oh, look, you missed the requirements? Yeah, sorry, fuck off back to the rest of the normal people.
Yeah.
The next month you have a blinder of a month. Oh, look, hey, you can come join our team again. Oh, look, you missed it. Sorry, fuck off.
It's like, oh, you joined the team. Oh, wait, no, sorry, you didn't hit the bar, so we can't pay you out. Sorry. Good luck.
Trovo is detrimental to streaming on so many avenues. It is a detriment to streaming, and I hate to say it, but I've got people over there, but you see them change. You see people change. People who used to just enjoy streaming, okay, I'll stream 10, 15 hours a week. Now streaming 45, 50 hours a week, 60 hours, 70 hours a week. It is crazy. They're putting people, their mental health, they're putting their physical health at risk because they're making these bars too stupidly high to achieve.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, Twitch is doing the same thing by having these stupid meta and hot girl or e-cams or e-girls on cam, your hot tubs, all that kind of shit. They're making it near impossible to achieve anything out of that system.
Yeah. I mean, and you mentioned e-girls there. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, that's happened. Last week was it was a VTuber takeover. So it was a showcase for VTubers over on Twitch. So it was to give them the spotlight, which is cool. Like I appreciate that.
Granted, they actually tried to do something decent.
Look, and a lot of the VTubers are fine, right? But obviously, some people saw the loophole in that, and there were a handful of hot tub streamers who had the VTuber tag, had an avatar on their stream. It wasn't. It was just a picture. So they sort of semi got away with the whole VTuber thing, but they weren't actually a VTuber. That's just abusing the system, but it worked.
The sad part about that whole situation, and I feel for the VTubers because, again, we don't know why they've gone to a VTubing route. We don't know, have they been harassed before and they just decided to take the cam off and just go to a stationary image or whatever the case may be. I'm not here to judge that. And look, if that's the case, I feel for you in that aspect because, you shouldn't go through that. But the problem that I see there is the ones that did do this were smaller hot tub streamers. They could cut it in the real fucking hot tub stream. Oh, guess what? We'll go over here then. Because you're one of only 4 or 5 people with that VTube tag while you're in a hot tub
or they realized that
all the simps back out.
Yeah, or they realized that they couldn't make it onto the front page. So what better way to do it than to utilize the VTuber tag?
Yeah.
And make your way onto the front page where you normally would be.
I mean, yeah, it's so wrong, and like it just frustrates me that as much as Twitch tried to do something good, they just fucked the pooch on it. Like they just literally, they may as well just thrown it down the shithole and just gone, well, don't bother, because it was just as effective. It was a complete and utter shambles, and it just highlights yet more problems and more issues within that Twitch network.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, it's not just Twitch. I mean, we're looking at racial stuff, sexist stuff. It's spreading across all platforms right now. I mean, YouTube is well and truly not in the clear with this at all. I mean, they've been under scrutiny of favoritism for a long time now, and now it's starting to shine. With content being age restricted and whatnot. There was a YouTuber who is black and did get their video demonetized and age restricted. And he couldn't understand why, because it was the exact same content that, Markiplier and Jacksepticeye had uploaded, but they weren't age restricted. So, and you get Markiplier and that, they come out and be like, well, this isn't right. They'll call YouTube out and be like, this isn't right. You can't age restrict this person and not mine. And you need to fix the problem. And their problem is, well, now you both get age restricted. Because that's the easier outcome.
So the person who's bringing light to the issue gets fucking penalized as well for nothing because of
So
stupidity. I mean, there's
supreme favoritism, and like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, like they've both come out and said we don't want the favoritism. Like they want to be on the same level as everyone else. Like if their shit gets demonetized, it gets demonetized. They have the right to fight for it. But the problems go even further than that. I mean, they could get age restricted. They could, debate it and like go against it, and then it goes under manual review. They're like, oh yeah, okay, it actually wasn't too bad. All right, you get put up to a full monetized video, and then out of nowhere, it gets age restricted again. For whatever reason. It's like, but YouTube can't even supply answers for any of this. But the fact that a black YouTuber is having these problems and they can't go against it. They can't try and get their video age restricted.
Age restricted, yeah.
Like that's a huge problem. For lower end YouTubers, you got no hope. As soon as you get demonetized or age restricted anyway, that's it. You are stuck with that. But it's a bad trend when it starts becoming racial and sexist.
It's all over
conveniently.
It's becoming it's almost turning into a point the fingers first, because that way you don't get pointed fingers at you. It's literally I'll point them first because that way I look like the superstar, and then everyone else will get in the shit for it. It's like I haven't seen the streaming world like this since I've been in it, and it's ugly right now.
Yeah,
across the board, it's ugly. It's just, this is not people supporting people. This is not streamers helping each other, offering advice and offering support to grow and support the platforms they're on or whatever. It's literally, hey, I'm going to take you down so I can go further. And it's just wrong.
It's a fight for survival. Like no one cares about each other anymore. And unfortunately, I think Mixer sort of opened the door to that. You know, with all the problems that were happening higher up in Mixer, you know, once that came to light, you know, that was its downfall from there on. But you know, it just sort of it was a domino effect that flowed over onto other platforms now. And now it's coming to light that it's actually happening on the well-known platforms.
Yeah, I think people have now got their eyes wide open to it now. They're starting to see the little black holes that form and little cracks that appear, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that before." You know, so they're all jumping on it.
Right. But it comes down to content creation, really. Like, why are you doing it? Why are you creating content in the first place? You know,
I mean,
where
you can't tell me that most people started the same way we all did, just streaming to a couple of mates. So we weren't even streaming. We're just here. I'll share.
I wasn't even streaming to a couple of mates. I was just streaming just to stream. So I didn't expect anyone to show up.
Did you have mates at that stage?
Oh, wow.
Just poking.
Did smart ass.
But no, like, you know what I mean? Like, most of them just started like on the Xbox because the Mixer was there, so they could just say, "Hey, look, I'll just go live here. Come watch the video." You know, like that's all it was. And you know, all of a sudden they got a taste of $5 is now $50 is $1,000. Oh yeah, now I'm fucking huge. Oh, pay me more. It's just you know, people, and then rather than helping their mate, they're like, "Oh no, dude, you'll never make it because you know you're not as good as me or whatever." You know, and it just turned into a dog eat dog world, and it's just
like people are.
I don't like the world it's become right now.
People are pursuing the impossible. Yeah, they don't realize where all these big dogs came from. They started off with nothing, just like everyone else did.
Forget they started with nothing.
Oh
they seem to think that they're above everything. You know, I'm the biggest thing. You just listen to what I tell you.
But you see so many people like grinding to upload videos on YouTube, or you know, streaming on a daily basis on Twitch. They're trying to get to that higher up status. And that's the wrong mentality. I mean, you've got to look at things realistically. You can't be like, okay, well, my end goal is becoming a millionaire. That's the first step. Sorry, that's not how it works.
No.
Yeah, it's the same thing with any form of content creation. You can't have such a lengthy step to your first goal. It's baby steps. You have to. You have to take those small steps.
I refer to Digi's community for it because he's got a member in his community, and I know he won't mind me pulling this in. But a member of his community was like, "Oh yeah, Twitch. I'm going to Twitch. Why don't you just come to Glimish? There's no bullshit here. You just you stream, you set up your sub button, and you just go, because I want to be an affiliate. For what?
Yeah. What was the benefit of being an affiliate?
What's the point of you being an affiliate? Once I become an affiliate, I'll come over. But why?
Yeah.
What's the point of being an affiliate? Do you want to be affiliated with Twitch? Why? What's the goal?
Right.
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. But then why do you want to be an affiliate then? Like,
here we go. Let's put them on the same table, right? You've got Glimish, minimal requirements, like bare minimal requirements for you to, get up and going and basically just make it the most of, pretty much, but like, say, like, being featured on the homepage, that's what, 10 hours.
10 hours. Yeah. Total time, 10 hours.
What do you do?
Not one stream. You do it over a week.
You can get your sub button immediately, pretty much.
Instantly, yeah.
Yeah. So,
straight away.
Yeah. All of that. All those good things. So you've got that. Then you've got Twitch. And the only way you can get all of that stuff is if you become an affiliate.
Yeah. Which you need a certain amount of followers.
Yeah.
Then you've got to have viewership. Yeah. Then you've got to have X amount of hours streamed. Then you've got to have X amount of days that you've streamed on.
You've you've got a platform where in a day or two you can have everything that you wanted, or you can have Twitch where you've got to grind your ass off to become an affiliate, where you're locked in for the most bullshit of reasons.
Yep.
Like, I don't know
and
about
it's
you,
funny.
but
It's funny. I'm going to call this one out because I know this video will be viewed probably by this person, and I know that they'll probably see the resemblance on what I'm about to say here. But this comes back. I know you and I were talking about this last week. At how long before you call a day on your goal, right? We're just talking here, like, okay, so Glimish, like even Trovo, you've got a certain amount of criteria you've got to meet before you even get to a point of having subs and shit like that. Okay, it might be minimal to do, but it's still a grind. You've still got to do it. There's somebody I know who watches this podcast on YouTube who has the dream of being a big YouTube star. He's been streaming to YouTube for 4.5 years and still isn't monetized. At what point do you literally say, "Hey, yeah, I'm done. Like this just isn't going to work. I'm going to go somewhere that I know I can pretty much get instant gratification." Because let's be honest, Glimish, you're going to get that.
I can see the excuses. Like I can envision the excuses that would come from that. It would be like, well, it's a convenience thing. You know, my streams are automatically VODs, so you know, I have all of my viewers there. Yeah, I know. Again, I mean, it's a double-edged sword because we're creating a VOD for this, but it's a totally different subject. It's more of it'd be more of a convenience thing. That's what it would be.
But this is the thing. This is highlighting exactly what you can do. You can go live and have these conversations. You can push these out while recording it to upload later on.
Yeah.
So at what point do you stop the whole, oh, my dream is, and realize that, oh, well, I'm probably not going to make my dream. I need to find something else.
It's all well and good to have dreams. I mean, it is. But you do need to be realistic about those dreams and know where to draw the line. Be like, okay, well, you know, you have to realize, well, fuck, I've been at this for however long. You know, I haven't really gotten anywhere. Clearly, something's not right. You know, maybe I should consider my options. I mean, I did the same thing with Mixer. You know, I was on Mixer for 4 years. I was completely blinded by the fact. I was completely blinded by the fact that I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't see that. Yeah, you know, exactly. I just thought I was doing great, you know, in my eyes. But you know, compared to other people, I was dirt on the bottom of the shoe. I was nothing.
You were nothing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, okay. So at that point, is that where? I mean, is there a point at some stage through that period? I mean, that you would sit down with a friend or with a stream coach as such and say, look, what the fuck? Like, work out a better plan. Like, rather than just sitting in the same daily grind, would you step back and take a look and say, okay, I need to change something. I need to do something a bit different because this isn't working.
I mean, it's very possible, but that, you know, certain people can't see that. They can't see the problems. So having, I mean, yes, it takes a lot of balls for someone to step in and be like, hey, look, you're a fuckhead right now. You need to pull your head and you need to change whatever it is that you're doing. Like, it takes balls to do that, but some people do need that. Like, yeah, it's going to hurt. You know, the truth hurts sometimes, but overall, it's for the greater good.
So if you had somebody come to you then and say to you, hey, dude, you've been at this 3.5 years and you've gone nowhere. Why don't you try something different? Why don't you go to this place or try this place? What would be the reaction though?
I probably wouldn't be as direct as that if I were to approach someone about that.
But if you knew their dream, like let's say you knew my dream was to be able to stream with confidence and my content fit in and be able to gain subs without the metric grind. and I kept doing it on Twitch, and I was just going nowhere. And you come to me and said, "Hey, why don't you go and try Glimish? They've got this instant thing where you can just sign up, you can get going straight away. You get,
and I have done that. I have been up to streamers that I do know on other platforms, be like, look, this platform does offer something better for you as a streamer. And some of them are like, oh yeah, I'll go and check it out. Sounds pretty cool. They come over, they check it out, and be like, well, it's not for me. Like, okay, I mean that's you're sort of just making up excuses right now. Like, how is it not for you? But I mean, that's their decision in the end, really. Like, I'm not going to twist their arm and be like, you need to come over here. Be like, you just sort of
because they go, oh, it's not for me because there's not 5,000 people here. There's not 7,000 people watching. There's not hundreds of fucking channels. And this is the thing that we were going on before about commitment. If you bring 50% of your community, you've already made 50% more people on this platform. So what are you doing? Whether it be Glimish or Trovo or whatever, if you take 50% of your people, you've already added 50% to that platform. It's.
But this falls under falls under commitment too. Because they're so stuck where they are and they're so used to being where they are. They don't want to move. Like, they're comfortable where they are, even if it's shit. Like,
it's like an abusive relationship, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't want to get out because it's like the whole better the devil you know than the one you don't sort of thing.
Yeah, like not saying that everyone needs to come over to Glimish. Like, not saying that at all. I mean, there are definitely
you need to look for opportunities for your own growth, don't you?
If you're being serious about it, yeah. If you're serious about the growth, then you need to find a place that works better for you. And if you're on a platform where you've got to grind every day to fight for a spot, I mean, that's not really worth it, is it?
You're not working for yourself at that point, aren't you? You're working for the platform.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, though. As a creator, you've got to find the target that you want to hit has to be found within your own makeup of things, really.
Yeah. I mean, you have to look at things. Is it
because you want subs? Well, then you're better off going to a platform you don't have to grind to get that unlocked. Have you got the dream of being a bigger creator on a smaller platform, or you want to?
I mean, like we've seen people, come to Glimish, and they're in it for the money. They want the money. That's that's fine.
No, okay, see ya.
Yeah, I mean, some people are like that. They want money. I mean, I like money too, but they come here and they're like, oh, I really rely on subs, and I really want all this. And then they look at how many people on the platform, and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to stream here because there's only 8 people streaming on the platform right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, well, hang on, that doesn't make any sense because you're complaining about the amount of streamers on the platform, not the amount of people who are watching the platform.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, it comes down to the fact of they're seeing the wrong light. They're going, oh, I don't want to be competing with thousands of streamers, but then they come over here and go, but I want to be competing with thousands of streamers. Because you don't want to be the chance to be the shining light, the one person that, is on the platform, for, I mean, hours on end. Like, okay, you've got the opportunity to be the only person there, front page all the time. Like, you're there. Hello. You got opportunity. Like, how much more growth can you want with discoverability? Like,
sure, your content, your content may not be for everyone, but I mean, discoverability, you can't get any better. It's like, it's only a small platform, and there may only be at most like 16 streams at a time. But I mean, you could be one of the 16.
You could be one of the 16, exactly, and people will be browsing around like.
Yeah, and people do browse around. Some people have multiple streams open. Like,
do they? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, some of us have like 30 tabs. But
29.
yeah.
Get it right. 29 for God's sake.
But like as
That's
I've
the
always
thing,
said, it's such a great opportunity, no matter how big you are or how small you are, to start on a platform in its early days.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing opportunity. Like,
Because when it
you,
takes off and it explodes, you're part of the explosion with it.
but you
People
have the opportunity. You got the opportunity to grow with the platform, and
Exactly, yeah.
you sort of as you put it, sometimes you become a face of the platform
Yeah.
because people regularly see you here. So
They
you know,
recognize you as a platform.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. And like I still meet people, and I'm like, I've been on Glimmerish since day one, and they're like, oh, really? That's mad. It's like, well,
Yeah.
it's only like a year and a half ago, but yeah, sure.
What's the
But
first thing? Like, I know I've been a couple of new streamers on the platform just recently, and the first question is like, how long have you been on Glimish? Oh, I've been here since before it launched. Oh
yeah,
shit! How long has it been out for? Well, it launched, March
yeah,
2021. Oh, so it's really that new? It's like, yeah. So they're all excited because, oh, hang on, I've got this chance of this early platform. This build is gonna,
mm-hmm.
you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm gonna dump Twitch. Oh, well, okay, all right. You're that excited, so they throw Twitch
Yeah,
away and then just come here, and and that's the thing. It's about saying, look, that energy, that vibe. Remember, your vibe brings your tribe.
mm,
Like that's the thing you pass on. Is like, hey, I've been here since day one. This is home. This is what it is for me, and people get excited. And if you can translate that through even your text, if you can get a little bit excited in your text about how features work or
mm,
how things work on the platform in general, and how
mm,
it's open to everybody, they
yeah.
just feed off that energy.
Yeah, I mean, like I still have days that surprise me. I mean, yesterday was one of them.
Yesterday.
Yesterday was a prime example of days that surprised me on this platform. Because like I Banjax, I've had Banjax in my streams several times, and he, in his eyes, he sees me as like one of the better content creators on this platform. And I'm like, you're an idiot. Piss off. Like that's not right. Yeah, because I don't see myself as that. I see myself on the same level as everyone else, if not like a few notches lower.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's crazy thinking that I've made so much of an impact on certain people just by committing to the platform. Just by having
But that's
fun
the
and
thing.
enjoying myself and doing whatever it is that I do.
But I mean, that's the thing about streaming, and I think that's what people have lost touch with. Is it's not about making hundreds and thousands of dollars. It's about making that connection. It's about making that one person just
Yeah.
shape their. If you can change one person's day, your job's done as a streamer. You've managed to do that. Like
Well, that's it.
I try and do a lot off stream with that. Like I try and touch people and just build them up off stream, like as much as I do on stream. If someone comes in and says, "Oh, I'm new to the platform," oh, guarantee your ass, I'm going to stop playing the game. I'm going to sit. I'm going to focus purely on that chat, and I'm going to
Yeah.
tell them for half an hour why this is so good.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if I'm sitting there and my Discord lights up and it's like, "Hey, Lord, just you up for a chat?" 100% I am. It's no different. I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to focus on that. It's
Yeah.
because again, it's a moral standpoint that you took on as a streamer. You just say, look, my goal is I want to touch at least one person and change their world, and that's
Not
the thing
physically,
every day.
figuratively.
Well, you can
Figuratively
if you
touch
really
people.
want it. But you know what I mean? Like
I get that
having
because
that connection.
I'm the same. If someone came into my stream and they like say they were having a bad day, they
Yeah.
and they say they're having a bad day. I'm like, do you want to talk about it? And they start talking about it. You damn straight. I'm going to stop everything that I'm doing and I'm going to pay attention to whatever's happening in chat. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and as you said, if someone pops in and they're asking questions about the platform, yeah, I'm going to stop and I'm going to talk about platform. Like, whatever I'm doing, it's just a game, most of the time. So I don't care. Like, I can pause the game. The interaction is way more important to me,
Yep.
than whatever content, I'm displaying at the time.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, as a creator, I think that's really where the focus should be. It should be on building those connections.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean that could be the reason behind Ninja leaving Twitch.
Yeah.
It could be the reason why Pokemon has left the platform. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon's still streaming on Twitch, but has restricted how often she streams on Twitch because she wants to do more of the other stuff that she enjoys doing. I mean, for Ninja, it could be anything. I mean, he could have finally cracked the shits with Twitch and seen everything that Dr. Disrespect was saying, or it could be a number of things. But regardless, there's still problems, and it shines when big names start leaving.
As I say, every platform's got its problems. There's no platform that is 100%.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not by no means am I saying any platform is perfect. Glimish is with the rest of the tribe on this one. There are problems in it.
It does things better, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, there's better opportunities. There's it has a bright future. Considering like if it goes down the right path, it will have a very bright future. Yeah, it all comes down
the Twitch bullshit and allowing certain things to come through. Maintaining its level of standards, and it's definitely on the right pathway. But it's just not something you want to let slip. Because it's going to be a hard road ahead and a very high bar to hold up. It's
like at this stage, smaller platforms need to be able to hold the door open for streamers leaving other platforms.
Yeah,
like that, they need to be able to do that. And I think one of the biggest downsides, we've already spoken about this several times over, is that alpha tag next to Glimish. That is a big kicker. It needs to go. Because people will come over to Glimish, see that it's in alpha, and be like, no.
Well, I'll wait until it launches or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, even though it has officially launched. I mean, the platform is always going to be a work in progress. Look at Twitch. It's still a work in progress.
Exactly.
Like,
look at Facebook. I mean, YouTube, for example. I mean, it's there. Trovo, after nearly 3 years, is still.
I mean, they have huge amounts of problems, like massive amounts of problems, that they are just continuously working through. Glimish is no different, and I do think that it's time Glimish drops the alpha tag. I mean, it is a fully functional site. It's a lot of the main features are there. Like, at what point does Glimish not become an alpha? Because this is what people are looking at.
The smaller sites, they need to also make sure that they are very, very heavy in their rules and regulations. Like, they need to make sure that any indiscretion is dealt with, rapidly and hard and fast, because this is what we saw with Twitch. And the reason that this is now a flow-on effect is because it wasn't dealt with the proper way and it wasn't dealt with at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, you sort of, yes, you want to have a place for everyone, and you want everyone to be accepted. You don't want to segregate everyone. But, I mean, you've got to draw the line in the sand. You have to be able to determine, right, this sort of content, I'm sorry, but we can't have that on the platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not that you're not willing to give them an opportunity to create content on your platform. It's just that content, whatever that might be, no, that's just, sorry.
You can stay, you just can't make that kind of content. You have to shift to something more.
Yeah, and if that results in people leaving, then that results in people leaving. You can't please. That's why there's places like Chatterbait.
But you've got to establish that connection. You've got to establish that these are the rules.
Yes.
You live by the rules, perfectly fine. We've got no issue. Off you go. Go and do whatever you want within those rules. But the second you cross out that line and you start taking the rules and you're making your own rules, that's where it's got to go.
And one of the things I spoke about yesterday was body painting. I mean, body painting is sort of that grey area. There is a tasteful way to do it, which I said. The image that we saw in that clip, it was like last week. I mean, where she's literally just topless and she's got pasties on her nipples. I mean, that's stepping the line, obviously. I mean, once the body paint is applied, okay, I can see that, that sort of wider shot being acceptable. But prior to the process,
like the cam, sort of
I
appropriately.
mean, and that's kind of what the rules are. Yeah, that's kind of what the rules are, where you're not supposed to show everything prior to paint being there.
There's still content, and showing that how they do that is still like there.
Oh yeah.
You've got to make sure that you're still within guidelines, and you've got to remember, as a streamer, as a body painter or anything like that, that you will potentially be in view of
children,
X people. Whether it be children, whether it be teenagers, whether it be adults. You might find someone who's Christian on the platform because there's a Christian streamer, and then they see that when they open it. They don't. You got to show respect. You've got to make sure that you're being respectful to every and anybody. And sometimes that's hard. Like sometimes you do lose that bit of focus, or you might hit the wrong button, not realize your cam's zoomed out because it's different layout or whatever. But you've got to be able to make sure that you're within your window, I guess. You've got to stay within that slot to make sure you don't.
And thinking about this a little bit more, thinking about like age restrictions, right? Because we've got a mature rating here on Glimish. Will it get to a point where mature streams shouldn't appear on the front page?
Well, you see, that's something I was sort of thinking about as we've been talking about this. The mature tag, right? I mean, it's there, but if you go to Glimish front page, we're actually there, not behind a mature tag. So, like,
are we not? See, now that's a problem.
If you click on the thing, it then comes up as this is a mature one. But okay, if you've got a, as you're saying, you're using that body painting one, for example, right? If they're body painting and there's only 3 streams on the platform, and that's on the front page as a still image, sure, when you click on it, you've got to go through and it's a mature content. But shouldn't the front page or the feature page or whatever you want to call it of any platform that's got a mature tag, shouldn't it come up on the stream as this is a mature? Like, you have to click on it and then go to it to see it, rather than just having a still image out there on the front that says, "Hey, look, movies."
Like, so you still So here's what I'm thinking. I mean, you could go along the lines of Twitter. How Twitter, whether if it's like a sensitive, image or something, it'll actually grey it out, and you actually have to click on it to, actually see whatever it is. I mean, that could be a way around it. I mean, you could still show a mature stream on the front page, but they're not going to see it till they click on it.
Yeah.
So you still get, the whatever it is that they're doing, it's mature,
But that then would require the streamer to be very accurate with their stream title.
It would also require streamers to be very accurate whether they choose the mature rating. because I know there are streamers on the platform
exactly right.
that should be under the mature rating, but aren't. Maybe they don't know that there's a mature rating, but I mean, there's still a lot of streamers that don't even use the tags properly, to tag their content.
But you know what I'm saying, though. If you had that grayed out image, and it was just like, hey, doing art, and they're not being completely honest with, hey, doing body art. Yeah, you kind of breed that. Oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. Shit, let me get out of there. It's kind of you'd have to rely on that stream title to say, hey, doing
but
Goku body art. It's got to have some sort of description there.
By it being grayed out, you reduce that risk of exposure to a younger audience.
Right, I get that.
So I'm just trying to think of a way where, because obviously it's going to get to a point where, someone's going to crack the shits. Someone's parent is going to look at the Glimish homepage and just see a game that, say someone's playing GTA 5. That's an 18 plus game. Someone's playing GTA 5, it's on the front page, and someone's mother is like, just go full Karen on the whole subject.
But the flip side to that is, even like us running the mature tag now on SideNote, we would be grayed out. But our stream title, what does it mean? So people are going to be inquisitive. Oh, what is it? They're going to come in and click in. Now, a streamer could manipulate their stream title to draw in that audience.
So,
if it was a grayed out image. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't.
Well, I mean, we could go beyond that. All right, so we could go to having another age restriction. An 18 plus age restriction. So the only reason why we have a mature rating is because we swear. Basically, that's really the only reason. No, we do on occasion, so we just sort of cover our base there. But it's a thought, because do we need to have a higher restriction?
So what if the mature was the higher level? What if we had an 18 plus tag to allow us to adult, so to speak, but then you had a mature, which was then a lockout point?
I mean, mature could be 18 plus, yeah, by all means.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what it is right now, isn't it?
Well, you would think so, but I mean, mature is more like 15 up. Yeah, it's a very vague sort of area, but as the platform gets bigger, you need to consider the types of content that are being played.
If the biggest issue was, say, like you're still pointing out that body art clip off Twitter, what if it had its own filter system? What if it was, say, body art instead of mature? What if it had a body art thing there?
Yeah, but I'm thinking like
automatically locked it out. Not locked it out, but what if that automatically just?
It's a tough one.
That way,
because it would fall under.
Tag, is it?
It would fall under the mature tag. But
right, but like you just said, mature was 15 over, pretty much. So what if you said
realistically,
body art, and it had its own, like, because no one's just going to click on the body art tag and lock themselves out of the front page, are they? I mean, let's be honest. You're not just going to click on it. I'm going to go and click the body art thing, and I'm going to sit there and do. No, I mean, it's not going to be widely used in that concept. But if it's on the front page, it's a grayed out image or it's a blurred image and it says body art, well, you already know what it is straight away.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how you put your title, how you put your tags, anything like that, you already know that it's a body art thing. So you're already aware in your brain, okay, I'm probably going to see bits hanging all over the place that, you're not normally going to see on a streaming platform. So in that aspect, maybe just a body art tag that they, like, down the bottom, instead of mature, they just flick the body art one on, And if they're not doing body art, they don't have it on. Then welcome back to the stream.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm thinking more in the lines of having actual age restrictions. Like GTA 5. I know, but GTA 5 is the best example. I mean, it is 18 plus game, and there are a lot of 18 plus games out there. That anyone younger than 18 shouldn't be watching, even though we know damn well that they're watching and playing the game anyway. But I don't know. I'm just thinking about that wider picture.
But you can't though. That's the problem. You're saying that they watch this stuff, they look it up on YouTube, they play the game. You can't enforce an age restriction. It's near impossible. I mean, look at Twitch; they can't even do it, and they've been doing this fucking decades.
I guess
the only way you can physically do an age restriction is to verify an account through a date of birth, and that is then you're getting personal details, and again, the data bank for all that, that's no one's going to want to say, oh, here's my student ID card or here's my birth certificate. No one's going to want to produce that just to watch a stream. Like, it's not going to happen. Not in this lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, right. So
I think you'd be better off like a tag that just says body art.
Right.
And if it's on the front page, it just grays it out or blurs it out. And they've got to understand that when they go in there that, this is a body art stream, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Agree, like you would a mature stream. Like, yep, I agree. And you go in. So you're open-minded to it.
But see, that's the other thing, because we've got the mature tag now. You go onto a mature stream, it asks you the first time you go there, do you want to watch this mature content?
Yeah.
So why can't that be implemented to streams on the homepage? Like, even if if it's not featured, it could just be a static image. Like this is mature content. In order to watch it,
I'm saying. Like if you go to the homepage right now, it's sitting there with us.
Yeah,
with the mature tag, even like Deeds the Goose, like he's mature content.
Yeah,
but it's showing a still image of his game.
Yeah.
Like,
so even though you've got the mature content. Even though you've got the mature tag and you've got that content going, there you can bypass it by appearing on the homepage. So so it's a strange thing. I don't know how that problem would get fixed, but I see it as a potential issue in the future.
I see it if Bloomish blows up or gets bigger. Yeah, I see it being there could be a manipulation of that system to kind of get the exposure rather than just being
yeah. I mean, we can sit here and discuss that like all day, really. But yeah, no. It basically, out of all this, there's problems. There's problems in the streaming area that need to be fixed ASAP. Like it is on the landscape
is not cool.
It is on the verge of collapse if things aren't done right. Because I mean, let's say Twitch goes under. How many people is that going to affect? Like, we're talking thousands of people.
Well, I mean, you got to look. I mean, let's say it's another Mixer scenario. Okay, Amazon palm it off to YouTube. YouTube can only take so much. Like, they're not going to put partners in because it's going to eat into the payouts. So again, they're not going to be stupid about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can pay every one of them. People's dreams and people's lives are going to be turned on its head again in as little as 5 years.
But I mean, that's what people from Mixer had to do. It threw everyone flat on their face, and they had to try and pick themselves back up again. It sucks.
A lot of Mixer people that get done again in so many ways. It'll cause more disruption, and I think the overall scheme of the situation is, I think Twitch has still got a chance to fix it. They just need to put a hard line in it and say, no, that category is gone. That is not permitted on this platform. You want to do that? Go elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's what they've got to do. I think that's the level they've got to take on this standpoint right now, is say no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, they have to put their foot down. I don't think it's going to happen. Honestly, knowing Twitch, I can't see it happening.
And the worst thing is Trovo releasing its TOS and laxing on some of that is now encouraging it over there as well. So it's just like...
So, yeah, they're basically being a Twitch clone right now. So, if Twitch does go under, Trovo is going to be inundated with a large number of people.
Because, hey, I can do what I do on Twitch. I can just do it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're not going to be able to keep up with the influx. They're not going to be able to keep up on top of all that stuff.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah, and it's going to be hard, dude. There's going to be a lot of careers and a lot of people that absolutely smash for it in time.
But it's Mixer on a much larger scale.
Oh yeah, this is way above what Mixer was doing. Like this stuff.
Yeah, Mixer was devastating. Just watching it. At ground zero, just watching people's lives just end, essentially, and people just giving up on their dreams. It was heartbreaking to see. But mind you, the people within Mixer were all like caring for each other. Everyone on the outside was like, "Ha ha, sucked in. You're an idiot. You trusted that platform." And I mean, a number of those people came from Twitch. So.
They were from Twitch and they went to Mixer and then they went back to Twitch. And if it happens now with Twitch and it goes the way it's looking, it's going to go. It's going to be devastating across the platform, across the landscape. For everybody, it's going to be devastating because everyone's going to start questioning. Is this really worth it? Is the dream going to happen? Am I going to be able to do it?
Yeah. There's a handful of people that I watch over on Twitch who'd be like, you got it back, sucked into you, because they were the ones that, ripped shit on us, when Mixer collapsed. There's a small part of me that's like, you deserve that. But on the whole, as much as I hate Twitch, and I dislike Trovo and, a couple other platforms, I don't want them to go. Because it is going to... The competition is great, as a business, but it's the livelihoods, because people have dedicated a large amount of time to these platforms. Like, they might not be making the right decisions, but it's their livelihoods. You disrupt that, God knows what would happen. They might go into complete mental breakdown.
Like it or not, we need Twitch around. We need the competition. We need the people talking of their platforms. We need that sort of backwards and forwards. We need to have that.
Yeah.
Because that's only what's going to make the landscape better for everybody.
Yeah.
Like it's going to make it better for the streamers here, for the streamers there. It's going to make... look at what's already happened now. We've already seen changes in Twitch since other platforms have started doing certain things. So it's already making the competition better for people.
And like, how are other platforms going to make the right choices if there's no one out there making the wrong choices?
No, that's right. Yeah.
Because
not seeing the mistakes from one platform, how they're going to change it on their own.
Yeah, because like naturally, Glimish is standing at a point where they're just sort of in the corner of the room, and they're watching all the famous people just fuck up. On a regular basis. Yeah. And they're just sort of standing back and they're like, well, I'm not going to do that. Just write that down. Just, but, that's a good idea, but how can we implement it differently where it's actually fair to everyone and it makes sense? Yeah. Like that's the biggest advantage.
That's healthy competition. That's not, Glimish bitching at Twitch and, it's not, Glimish streamers like us going there and going, Twitch is shit, you should come. No, that's just healthy competition. That's just fair. I mean, if people see these videos, they want to come and look at Glimish, by all means, come and check it out. I mean, it's different, it's new, it's small, yes, it's growing, yes, it will grow. But like, it's just healthy competition.
Yeah. No, but we need to
do your vibe.
Yeah. But it's sort of relatable to the gaming market. You've got your AAA brands out there, doing all this stuff. They're kind of getting it right, but they're not really getting it right. But then you get indie devs come out and they just fucking nail it. And it's like mad success. I mean, we're at Glimish, like, sort of in that position where you do have that potential to just really, hit that sweet spot.
Well, you could say that Glimish is an indie dev in a lot of ways, couldn't you? Versus the AAAs,
absolutely.
It's in that same window. It's that same paradox, really.
Yeah, it's doing its own thing, and just I think it's absolutely killing it. Certain things could probably be done a little bit better, but I mean, it's still growing. Yeah, we get there.
Yeah, exactly.
But
anyway, all right, we're going to wind this up. It's taken probably a little over time, but that's all right. We don't mind.
It doesn't.
So
it's only my hard drive that's crying.
It's all right. It's not mine. I don't worry about it. Yeah, we don't have an announcement this week, unfortunately.
No.
Things change on that. Keep an eye on the Twitter and in the Discord, because you guys in the Discord and on the Twitter will see it first.
Yeah.
But it will be announced on the show very soon. There is something big coming. So stick with us and bear with us as we get those sort of taken care of.
Yes.
Then this will be up later on today on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't already checked that out, please do give us a follow, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when the next video goes up. If you haven't followed the channel here on Glimish, please hit the follow button and also drop us a follow on the Twitter. But as always, it's been a pleasure today hanging out with you guys and getting some of your feedback in chat there. It's been a great day. We will see you guys in 2 weeks with probably a new topic, or maybe we'll continue an old one.
Hopefully some news.
Hopefully we've got some some announcements to make.
We really want to make that announcement.
Yeah. You're itching for it, I know you are.
Yeah, I know. I know there are a few people waiting for it as well. Anyway.
It's coming, guys. It is coming, so bear with us. And as soon as we can, we'll release that to you guys. And we'll hopefully have you support with that as well. But thank you for tuning in today here on Glimish. And if you're checking out the YouTube video, thank you so much for checking this video out. We will see you again very soon. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.